Welcome, everyone. This is Pilot Niels, and you're listening to LOTRO Players News, where we take a look at the latest in LOTRO and here at LOTRO Players. And this week, I'm joined by Krister,
Yub nub.
Cinders,
Hello.
and Sanswinda.
Hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. Guess what didn't happen this week?
No update. They put it off a
Update
week.
with all the really long notes that you have to read.
Didn't
update
happen.
All right. Yes, they came up a little bit late on getting the update ready, so it looks like it has been pushed once again to February 4th. But
Hooray!
they did have another borrower.
Hooray!
Yay, Borer.
So let's see what changes they had. Most of the changes that they had for this week's borrower were related to the UI scaling. So on the social window, kinship tab changed the view icon, so is now longer no longer tiles infinitely. Well, I guess that's good. On the assist window, target selection is now correctly updated and no longer overlapping old targets. All right.
Excellent.
It looks like this is all updates to the scaling, and so since that assumes that you were in. So in other words, a lot of changes on the scaling and all that stuff into there. So unless you were on Volvo or seeing the previous version there, so probably I'm not going to read through all of these. Just note that they were doing a lot of tweaking to the UI scaling so that it would be better for it. I think they said that there are one or two things that are probably not going to be in this release, but probably be in the next one for relating to UI scaling, because this is a work in progress. I'm trying to get it so that it's going to be 4K friendly in the future. We shall see. But anyway, they're tweaking that in hopes of it being good and nice and solid in time for the update. Though there will probably be components that are still going to be out. There will probably be some known issues about components that aren't ready yet. All right. Now, they noted that the quest, Footsteps in the Mire, is locked until investigating a bug. I think that's only on Borer.
It might only affect Borer.
Yeah, so hopefully that'll be fixed before next week then. Okay, for Guardians. You ready for this, Cinders?
Yes, and also Sam had a comment in the chat.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to read it? Okay.
Yes.
Sam said, the sad death of Plus Chord's weekly streams.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Well, we were expecting that because he's been saying that over the last couple of weeks. That
it did sound pretty definite this time. That this was the actual last one for a while.
Yeah, that it was the actual last one, that except for when he has something special to announce on or something like this. And that all relates to something else that I'll be talking about later. So I will continue
not
with
because
the
players were like, we're not happy with the changes.
No, that's not the reason why. So
that's good.
Okay, so for the Guardian, you're trying to delay my talking about the Guardian, right?
Yes, I'm looking at it. I'm not super.
Okay, first off, Keen Blade now adds a 10% bonus to skills when specialized in the tree. Right?
Okay.
To the King damage has been improved to better reflect the heft of the skill.
Okay.
Righteous Fury no longer reduces the cooldown of the block and parry responses when used.
I don't know how I feel about that one. So many things are triggered off of block and parry responses that the turnaround on their cooldowns, the faster it is, the better it is.
Right. Hemorrhage now increases critical magnitude of brutal assault as it should.
Excellent. Okay. Anything that improves damage is great.
Yes. Charge no longer lists removing the charging benefits on a successful attack.
I'm going to say that could go either way. And the question is no longer list.
Maybe
Does
it's
that
just a
mean it still
tooltip
removes it?
change.
I'm going to say it
It
sounds
doesn't
like a
say that.
tooltip change. So
It sounds like a tooltip to me, yes.
you can
Okay.
rewrite the tooltips however much you want with zero impact to my play.
Demoralizing Anthem now properly reduces the cooldown of Righteous Fury when used.
Okay.
Right. Protection by the Sword now properly applies a parry response and a 100% critical chance bonus to the Guardian when their target parries a blow.
That does not sound like a bad change. That sounds pretty decent.
Okay. Virtuous Charge no longer mentions boosting damage.
Again, if they're changing tooltip wording, knock yourself out. Just don't change the skills.
Yes. Well, they've already been tweaking
I know.
with it. I mean, the fact that it's called Virtuous Charge tells
I
you that
know.
Yes.
I know.
The trait Deeper Wounds no longer refers to Terrible Wound. It is properly Overwhelming Wound.
Okay. Again.
What?
Language. Potato. Okay, keep going.
Well, they introduced new types of wounds and gave them all names, and now they're tweaking which skills cause which wounds.
All right, here's Sam. They're tearing the shields away from the Guardians. They now have to use pots and pans instead. Hashtag fake news.
That could be really cool. I mean, you could do a tea service and then block a sword blow.
Yep, flip up the tray, smack them over
Yeah,
the
that would
head.
be awesome. Legendary
Pour
teacups.
boiling water. Steady hands as they sip their tea. Crack.
I was just reminded of Dragonlance on that note in response on there is because there was a character in Dragonlance who in the I think it was the second module, they're introducing a new character and her favorite weapon during that particular battle where they're fighting in there where she's introduced is a frying pan.
Mm-hmm. Hey, frying pans are actually pretty
powerful
decent weapons. Have you? You guys probably haven't watched this, but anybody who has watched Tangled, the Disney version, features frying pans as weapons.
Yeah,
I know.
If we're talking about a cast iron skillet is
okay,
a hefty weapon.
It is a hefty weapon, and it can both block and parry and deal damage. Like, it does everything you need a weapon to do. Sam says, 2 hard biscuits, thrown ranged weapons. Yep.
Oh, that would be awesome. Is that you could have a variety of meals, and so your attacker doesn't even know because you're hiding it behind the frying pan. So pretty soon it's like, let me serve you 2 bacon and eggs and bash your skull in.
Throw the hot fried eggs
here's
in their
some
face.
flapjacks with extra flap.
Scald people. Okay. Continue, Pine Leaf.
Okay, let's see. Okay, the trait Hemorrhage now properly refers to Brutal Wound, and Brutal Assault now unlocks parry and combat responses to unlock Retaliate, Whirling, Retaliate, and Thrust.
Excellent.
Okay.
Again, anything that unlocks those parry and block and all those responses, you have at least one health skill that only heal skill that only triggers off of a response. You have multiple damage things that only trigger off of a block or a parry, and it's just anything that helps make those blocks and parries unlock things or happen faster is going to be beneficial to a Guardian.
Okay.
So, no complaints there at all. And I
Okay.
have a new title idea. I'm going to drop it in the bottom.
Okay. As for crafting, they set all woodworking recipes to have a baseline 5% critical chance with Umbari tier, which is tier 15. So then we head over to instances and skirmishes. For Sarisurma, Drugat's stolen minstrel song now restores less morale.
That sounds like a good thing.
Okay. Murjala quartermasters in Zajana and Adagim are available for Murjala instance weekly quests.
Also
Okay.
sounds good.
Okay. And the treasure, oh no, that's with the new instance, so that's a change on Warrior only. Okay. For PVMP and the Entmores, we have added informative text to the skills Slink Away, Retaliate, and Swallow Light to reflect that they cannot be used when affected by slows.
Yeah, you just see a warg being like, why doesn't the skill go off? Let me look at the tooltip. Oh, I must have been slowed.
Oh well. Localization changes, and the text on the Cat Conundrum Midsummer Quest now displays properly in German, and the text for the lunch for the Lookouts in Mossword now displays properly in German. Now, that one took them a long time to fix. The translation for Sophisticated Birder Pack item has been updated, and defeating enemies in Broadacres during testing their strength text now displays the proper location, and several instances of extraneous question marks were removed throughout the German text. And that's it for this week's Bulwark patch notes. But of course, if they release the update next week, we will be going through the release notes in next week's show.
Circling back to the frying pan commentary, Sam says
Okay.
he'd be pretty intimidated by someone attacking with a red hot cast iron pan. Same, Sam. Same.
Would you like that pan seared?
Oh yeah, there is that boss.
What's for dinner?
Hey,
Meat's back
actually,
on
does
the menu, boys.
By the way, is a cast iron skillet his main weapon for that boss? Krister, I've done that. I've only done that
I
instance a couple of times.
want to believe it is, but I'm not entirely sure. So
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking about. What are we talking about?
Oh,
What game?
there's a quest in Mordor where I think one of the bosses is called is a cook or something like that.
Oh.
Yeah, in fact, yeah. Would you like that pan seared? Is what he says, Cinder.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you haven't ever had that, yeah, it's kind of a pivotal moment in your life when you hear that phrase.
Is there an instance in
Mixed with
Mordor
you.
I've not done?
No, Moria.
Moria. Okay. That I can believe. I don't like Moria very much.
Yeah.
But that's awesome.
Good old Moria.
Yeah, I thought you'd said Mordor. I was like, I was pretty sure I got drugged through every instance in Mordor multiple times, and I don't remember that. Moria makes a lot more sense.
All right. Then let's enter the next bit of news where when Cordovan announced that he will no longer be regularly doing Court of the Rings, one of the key reasons he gave to that is he needed to spend more time with the creator program, the LOTRO creator program, and it's become important now because he announced during that show, during that last show, that the LOTRO creator program has arrived. So you may be wondering, what in the world is the LOTRO creator program?
I saw that and I read about it, and I was like, I wonder if our podcast is going to sign ourselves up for that.
I think it might be possible on the matter, especially since Cord mentioned when he's going through possibilities. I think he actually mentioned the
Podcasting
show in it.
Oh, I didn't know he mentioned the show, but he did mention
He did
like
mention this
podcasts.
show.
Okay, they say podcasts are specifically mentioned as an option. So
Okay, let me get around to reading it.
okay,
Yes,
sorry.
yes. The creator program for The Lord of the Rings Online is officially the official initiative of Daybreak Games to support and empower creators who bring the world of LOTRO to life. Whether you are creating epic guides, diving into class creation videos, exploring lore, or sharing your adventures through video and streams, this program is built to help you grow. This is the first official round of the creator program. They mean for LOTRO because they did last year start one for DDO, and let's just say I think they're building this and announcing this after a couple of lessons learned. Okay. Spots are limited, and while many applicants may meet the base requirements, acceptance is not guaranteed. We're prioritizing active, engaging creators who align with the goals of the program and can help us shape the future of the LOTRO community. If you're accepted, you'll gain access to tools, rewards, exclusive opportunities to create alongside a growing network of passionate LOTRO content creators. We know that creators are a vital part of LOTRO's continuing growth. Whether you're diving into new expansions on Twitch, theory crafting on YouTube, or sharing your favorite moments on TikTok, your content brings the world of LOTRO to life for new and returning players alike. This program is designed to give back to the community that's helped us to grow by offering meaningful support, cool tools, and unique opportunities to create, share, and collaborate. That's why they're doing it. So, what is the goal? The LOTRO Creator Program isn't just about boosting content, it's about building an ecosystem. Our goal is to create a consistent, rewarding experience for creators. He's really laying it on thick. Who helps showcase the depth, complexity, and magic of LOTRO. Whether you're creating guides for new players or streaming the latest epic raid, we want to help you grow your reach and equip you with in-game resources, exclusive swag, promo codes, early access content, and more. Specific benefits, campaigns, and opportunities are not guaranteed for any particular creator and may change, be limited by quantity, or discontinued at any time. We're committed to highlighting diverse voices and supporting creators of all sizes, from those just getting started to longtime veterans of the game. So, who can apply? First of all, creators must be aged 18 or over, or the age of legal majority in the place of residence where you are, whichever is higher. If higher, yes. So, in other words, you have to be at the legal age of majority. Content makers generating at least 15 pieces of content in the last 90 days across at least 3 categories: streaming, writing, and long form video, short form video, podcasting, and social reach, and must be in good standing in the LOTRO broader Lord of the Rings community. In other words, if you've been banned from the game, don't expect to get an acceptance.
Okay, guys. Yeah. Understood.
Yes. Content creator program requirements. There are minimum requirements to entry into the program. You must be able to fulfill at least 3 of the content criteria below. For example, if you create TikTok videos but don't stream, you may still apply. Okay, if you write articles or cosplay, you can still apply as long as you meet at least 3 of the listed requirements. Now, general guidelines. You have created at least 15 times in the last 90 days. Content, meaning anything you produce and share to entertain, educate, engage, or build an audience. You are in good standing with the Lord of the Rings online communities. Any violations of Daybreak game and company policies or LOTRO rules will disqualify you. If you apply and are found to have active violations, your application will be rejected. So here are the eligible content types. You must meet at least 3 of these. They have 6 items here, so half of the items. First of all, streaming. streamed at least 15 times in the last 90 days. Videos on demand must be viewable and must average 15 plus concurrent viewers. All right. Second, social short form video content. Posted at least 15 videos in the last 90 days. Platforms include TikTok, YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, etc. Writing. Written at least 6 articles in the last 90 days. Long form video content. Produced at least 6 to 9 videos, each 15 minutes or longer in the last 90 days. That's the first one in which I actually have anything that actually qualifies on there. Podcasting. Produced at least 6 podcast episodes in the last 90 days. I think we hit that one. And social media reach. Have at least 5,000 combined followers across all platforms. Posted at least 15 social posts in the last 90 days. And X, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, Threads, other. And so those are the 6 categories in there. These thresholds were created by Daybreak Games. So Cord said that they're not, it's not, like if you have only 1 or 2 of these, but then I don't think that it's going to be an instant no or anything like that. So that's something to note on there. And some of the thresholds are possible that maybe ignored if it looks like that you're a good fit. Okay.
And he also said that if for some reason you're not a good fit right now, that you can still reapply. So
yeah,
don't give up. It's not a one.
Now, what if you're having legal issues in Harwick?
Doesn't appear to have any relevance. Actually, Harwick's not on the board to decide about this.
Oh, okay. I'm feeling much better about things now.
Yeah, okay.
They don't consult the game NPCs.
For better or worse.
And
They have
Sam
not
says,
consulted the mayor or chief of Harwick.
Sam says, ecosystem, Jurassic World of Lotro.
Well, I'm hoping maybe I don't know. Maybe this will give me the opportunity to forward my plan for an adventure, and that would be Gandalf traveling to Coruscant to get a 5th mortgage on Hogwarts.
Oh boy.
Okay.
The ultimate mashup game.
It was also thinking outside the box, I admittedly.
Right. Okay. Anyway, the LOTRO Creator Program. Yes, the creator program for Lord of the Rings Online is here to support content creators who bring the world of LOTRO to life through guides, streams, character builds, role play, and quest delving chaos. Well, in any quest I do is chaos. Yes, we know how much work goes into crafting content. Whether you are helping new players navigate Archit or diving into higher tier raids with your community, your voice matters, and we want to support it. So, what do you get as a creator? Approved creators receive a variety of tools and rewards to help make their content more impactful and sustainable. Benefits are provided at Daybreak's discretion, are not guaranteed for any particular creator period, and may be modified, limited, substituted, or discontinued at any. Boy, the disclaimers is. Okay, first, full access to all quest packs and expansions through the most recent release. At least 1 Valar at a level of content to support the content that we are highlighting. Monthly VIP account status. LOTRO points each month for in-game use. Content pack codes to give away to your audience. Access to promo content and preview codes for upcoming expansions based on pitches or plans, and opportunities to be featured in official LOTRO social media newsletters or live streams. Benefits have no cash value and cannot be transferred, sold, exchanged, or refunded. Daybreak may modify or discontinue any benefit at any time. You are responsible for any taxes that may apply to what you receive. To remain eligible, creators are expected to produce at least 5 pieces of content per month and submit it for review. This helps to amplify your work and to keep the program focused on active creators making an impact. If you consistently do not meet this activity level or otherwise do not meet program requirements set out here, or your application debate or in ethical daybreak policies, your eligibility and benefits may be paused or ended. So, who qualifies as a promo content? What qualifies as promo content for new releases? Creators must pitch dedicated content streams, video series, or lore deep dives aligned with the upcoming releases. Approval is required before granting preview codes. Okay. Streams, video series of deep lore dives aligned into the upcoming releases. All right. How frequently is content required to maintain benefits? Minimum 5 approved content pieces per month. As we said before, submission and approval via creator program is necessary, right? As we said before. When can I expect feedback after applying? Applications are manually reviewed by a small team, usually 2 people. Responses can take up to 1 month or more. Confirmation emails will indicate your spot in the queue. What happens if I violate community rules or become inactive? Any active violations will nullify your eligibility. Benefits can be revoked if, for example, content quality significantly declines, minimum posting requirements are not met for a substantial period, or Daybreak's terms of services, rules of conduct, or program content guidelines are breached. Decisions will be made in line with these policies and the Daybreak Content Creator Agreement. Application process open, ready to join the ranks of the LOTRO Creator Program. Apply now and unlock a world of possibilities. And then there is a link in the article that's linked by the show notes to the application. And you'll be greeted by a page that they show below there. And you'll fill out everything, including linking your accounts to a Sidekick in order to apply. Okay, whenever he said sidekick, I had always just, for some reason, I had thought that they would spell the word kick in a normal way, but okay. They spelled sidekick Sideqik.
That's
Okay,
the cool way to spell it.
the cool way to spell it. All right. Anyway, they give the requirements all there, of course, inside of there. And also, please read, if you do not get a confirmation email, please wait to reapply. Please make sure that all links are connected to your account. All applications will be reviewed and receive a response in 30 to 60 days. If you have any issues, please visit the LOTRO Discord. My applying this does not mean that you will be accepted. If you do not submit the correct links or information, you will be declined. And if you do not hear back after the time period, please visit the Discord for more information. So there, of course, is an FAQ here because we know that people have questions. What are the requirements to join the program? I think I already read that, didn't I?
Well,
Yeah,
when Cord went over this, he's like, I basically just told you all of this.
Yes, that's pretty much, yes, you're right. They gives the general guidelines, and yes. So the FAQs are essentially to reiterate what was up there because I guess that's sort of the TLDR version of
If you're looking for specific information, you might find it in the facts faster than reading through all of it again.
Right. Okay, then questions on application process, and that is the how do I apply? You fill out the official form in the creator portal. What happens when you apply? Our team will review your submission and notify you by automated email from Sidekick. Didn't get a confirmation email, then try relinking your Sidekick account to resubmit and resubmit the form. How long are applications open? We accept applications on a rolling basis, but high volume periods may cause brief pauses. Can I update my application after submitting? No. Please ensure that your information is correct before submitting. Can I apply as a group or team? No. Only individual creators are eligible. If you manage a team, each member must apply separately.
Dang it!
Oh well.
There goes our chance, guys.
How many creators are you accepting? We will go through phases and for opening and closing applications. This will allow you to ensure that you are properly vetted everyone who applies. For the first open for this first open, it is purely based on how many people apply. What info should you include? Your name and contact details, a short summary of your LOTRO content, and links to your main content platforms. Linktree is encouraged, whatever Linktree is. Can I reapply if rejected? Yes, once you meet the qualifications, you are welcome to apply again. So expect that if you're rejected for any specific reason, that when it, like for example, if you're low on the audience side, then if you come to a point where your audience size is now meeting the qualifications, you might be able to reapply then. Let's see. Having Sidekick issues or missing emails, reach out to Sidekick support through their website's feature. Program benefits. Oh, what do creators receive? I read that already. Will anyone receive the same? Everyone receive the same perk. Most benefits are standard, but some, like preview codes or interviews, are tied to content, engagement, and pitches. Can I monetize my LOTRO content? Yes, you are free to earn income from LOTRO content on YouTube, Twitch, Patreon, etc., as long as you follow Daybreak's content and community guidelines. And can I include brand sponsors in my LOTRO content? Yes, as long as the sponsorship doesn't conflict with LOTRO or Daybreak. In other words, having a big long advertisement for WoW is probably not a good idea.
Well, how about a tiny?
What?
Well, how about a tiny advertisement for WoW?
When in doubt, check with our team. It's like, yeah. So I suspect that if it's for a game put out by Daybreak Games, it probably wouldn't be too much of a problem. I mean, if I put on that for DDO, for example, it shouldn't be a problem because that's not only Daybreak, that's also Standing Stone Games. Okay, content expectations. How much content do I need to make? At least 5 approved pieces per month, as I said before. All right. Application outcome. What if I reject? Yeah, that goes through all that. Didn't we just read that again? Is this a paid program? No. No direct payments are provided. However, creators receive in-game items, content unlocks, codes, VIP time, and other valuable rewards. And how long does the membership last? As long as you're active and in good standing, you'll remain as part of the program. All right. Anyway. And let's see. How will I know if I'm accepted? You'll receive confirmation email. Where do I ask questions to get support? There is an official LOTRO Discord where you can do that. Will my content be featured in Lord of the Rings Lord of the Rings Online? Possibly. We love spotlighting creators on the socials and in-game channels during events and expansions. Active creators will get the best shot. Can I still join public LOTRO events? Yes, creator program members are encouraged to join co-stream events, festivals, and dev Q&As. And where can I give feedback on the program? Through the Creator Program Discord channel or by reaching out directly during officer hours and community calls. This is a voluntary program, but we do expect you to meet certain requirements in order to remain an active participant and keep earning rewards. And that is it for the LOTRO Creator Program. So we have a link to that in full of it, but I just pretty much said everything in there. But if you wanted to, if I said that too fast and you wanted to read it, we do have a link in the show notes. Also, in addition to the update release that we were talking about, there is also going to be our next episode of the Rivers of Middle Earth, where we'll have Scenario going through this on February 4th at 2 p.m. And most likely he will be doing this on a dev server, so that if the servers are late in coming up, he probably would not be affected by that.
Okay, I gotta
And
read. I gotta read this comment while we're stuck on the rivers.
Okay.
So, in response to this announcement about the upcoming streams, person in the forums responded and said, "Glad to hear that the first water stream flowed smooth, channeled to a second, and possible will fill a pool for more. A few questions asked by many players about that fluid theme that have been flooding my mind for a while." When not able to answer them. You can branch them into more than one episode to fill the replies checkmark if needed. I hope that we get transcripts. Yeah, that they list all of the questions. But I liked that they went with the water theme. And then somebody else goes, "Stay calm and don't panic. I'll throw you a rope." To somebody who was like, "I am in." Somebody else, "Make sure to hold one end." Yeah, it kind of went off the
off
the
into the
rails
middle
from
of the
there,
stream, it looks like.
right? And then somebody responded, "I think even Elven Rope has limits to the amount of stupidity it can cope with."
I guess that's in response to how in what Sam did.
So I was like, "What? I had to hold one end." Oops. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It kind of went off the rails, but I really appreciated that water thematic comment in response there.
Yeah, so join Senior World Designer Scenario at February 4th, 2026, 2 p.m. on twitch.tv/LOTRO stream for the second of the Rivers of Middle Earth series of the streams featuring LOTRO's longest river, the Undoing, a river so long that it will take a couple of streams to get through it all. Those are the tributaries then. All right. I think that's it for the news this week. So let's head into the store sales. Centers, what's on sale this week?
On sale this week, you can start a new journey and get 20% off character slots, veteran status, stat packages, and XP boosts now through February 5th. And the weekly coupon is for Crimson Dye with coupon code Warm Dreams, no spaces, now through February 5th as well.
All right, thank you, Cinders. And now we have a question here: do any of your tunes have quirkiness either in their concept, mannerisms, dress, or RP?
No one? Come on.
Oh, I was like, yes. And then I was like, I'm just going to wait and see it and let somebody else start this time.
Okay, I'll start because I was logging on some of my tunes I hadn't logged on in a bit. And I logged on to my old, wonderful, awesome Bjorning. And I realized that my Bjorning, I forgot that my Bjorning had his ghost bear pet. That was that. I don't know if you guys remember there was like a promotion quite a while ago, and these bears were the reward for donating. And so what's great is that when Warsfog is in bear form, he is the exact size and proportion of this ghost bear. And so I named the ghost bear Warsfog. And I forgot that a lot of times what I just do is log Warsfog on, go into bear form, summon the spirit bear, and they just stare at each other. And so I included a picture there. I don't know if we can include that in the notes or not, but I'd be more than happy to. But I decided to take a screenshot of it too, because I thought that was really funny, because a lot of people would gather around and try to go, what's happening right now? But the other thing that I was having a lot of fun with, and I put another graphic together for that for the group here, was going through my shared storage and pulling out some of the things that were some of the kind of the hard fought, hard won, or what I consider the true legendary items in the world. And so the word legendary is thrown around like, oh, I don't know, various descriptions of goo in Middle Earth here. Not everything is legendary. What makes a thing legendary is who made it, as far as I'm concerned. That's my theory on legendary. So what I have in this, I posted 6 of these items that I've kept no matter what, and will permanently take up storage, because it was either very hard to get these items or they were crafted by people that no longer play. And so one of my favorite things is this sword that I have, old ancient sword, the Collar of the Dead. And it was crafted by Cheeky Joe, and I don't think Cheeky Joe's probably going to craft it. He's like Hattori Hanzo, probably not going to craft another weapon here in Middle Earth ever again. And I consider that a true legendary weapon. So that was a lot of fun kind of going through that as I'm taking on the intimidating task of trying to organize what has been chaos ever since the first week of Lord of the Rings when I joined. So trying to organize my inventory after not organizing it at all ever is pretty intimidating. So other than that, it's mayhem with ESO. So I've been doing a lot of PvP, and it has been a lot of fun. It has been I've got a character that can actually just not be one of the miscellaneous corpses on the field all the time. It's more like half the time now. So it's been fun. And then I've been playing some Helldivers too and enjoying that quite a bit. So I had a pretty good week in gaming. Cinders, what were you up to?
Little bits of a variety of things this week. How did we get down to our
Wait, how did
Wait, oh my God. I was just, you know what happened?
You scrolled. That's what happened.
I was staring at them. Yeah, so hey, how do you guys like how I moved that along, you know? That's not a surprise.
Let's share our answer and then our week in gaming mode?
Oh my goodness. Okay. I can't tell if my caffeine kicked in or wore off. I'm trying to figure out what happened there. There was some kind of transition.
I'm just upset that I was totally going to go along with that, and then I caught myself. And I was like, wait a minute. I had something to share.
Hey, Cinders, since I skipped everything, why don't we circle back around to that question?
I'd love to circle back to that question. So my tomb's quirkiness is actually typically in their dress and the dyes that I use on them. So Cinderina, my lore master, who throws fire and lightning bolts and everything, you would expect her to be the one that would show up in the really warm colors. But she wears green. And like if I dye something for her, it is green. That's her color. And M's color, of course, is
Shire Plum.
Shire Plum. Everything M wears is
it's kind of like
Voldemort,
the color that must not be named.
Right? Yeah. And so I think probably like that would be their biggest thing. And my warden, Alexarian, her color is purple. And so like they have specific colors. And then because of the way their mannerisms are, like my high elf is never going to go skipping through the world. But that's part of what makes her so hysterical when you put her on a hobby horse and it looks like she's slapping her rear as she's riding along. Because it's so out of character for like how she moves through the world and through my head when I'm playing her, because she's like the mature, calm, collected, well-behaved, well-mannered character, right? And then
It's a hobby horse.
well, occasionally. She doesn't very often, but like that's her one like digression into silliness. And then M is like pure bubbly joy. And like if I were to give one of them something, like change their weapon out, like M would be the one with the frying pan, because it's very much in her nature to be silly and chaotic, and that's part of that Shire Plum. It's just such a fun color.
Isn't there a cosmetic frying pan?
I think so, but it doesn't. It swaps for your See, I feel like all of the cool cosmetic things that I've had, they swap out when I don't want them to look like my weapon, and they don't stay looking like
Oh,
themselves.
okay.
Which kind of ruins the effect. Like trying to beat somebody over the head with a pretzel is only funny when it looks like a pretzel. Anyhow, it's like the fish slap emote. It's only funny when it's actually the fish slap. It wouldn't be so funny if it was a sword. Anyhow, but yeah, she skips through the world. She skips through life. Very devil may care. So that's kind of their little individual quirkiness there. And I'm really curious to see what Sans is going to say.
I don't even know how to characterize this. All of my characters have a mood.
That would be how I would have said it too. And that's why I was like, is that what she's going to go with?
It's not the one where you just look surprised, though, right?
Nope.
Not usually. Only if I've been near a turtle head and not noticed. No, all of my characters have a very different mood, and I usually only pull them out when I'm in that mood. Sans is pretty carefree. My Sans one hunter, main hunter. She likes to run fast, shoot things. She likes them to die quickly. She's been annoyed with her DPS lately because it takes multiple shots and it's not moving fast through the world, but she prefers to raffle stomp things. Shoot first, ask questions later, apologize to things that accidentally got killed along the way. Like Turboa and turtles lately in the Shield Isles. Oops. I didn't intentionally target them, though. It just...
They were coming right for me.
Well, it takes so many shots right now to kill anything that, like, I just hit a whole bunch of things, and by the time it chose a new target, that was the target. But then, like, my high elf, who runs with Cinders, she's a ring keeper. And she's also pretty respectably adultish, but she's like... She's not like super...
She's
I don't know, she's got an edge to her. She's
not...
more... Not quite angry, but she's there to start fires.
She is what happens when we have a vendetta against somebody. When we're both mad at the same person, that's what happens. So, I mean, we don't
like on her own. She's not quite as scathing.
No.
She's more into lightning on her own. But yeah, paired up, it's more vendetta mode.
Yes. We even have a whole set of
we have a playlist. Yeah.
Yikes! Holy cow!
And I think the first song on it is "We Didn't Start the Fire."
Around starting fires.
Around starting fires. But it also has what is that? I can think of the lines, but not the name. Burning Ring of Fire.
Because of that
that's the second song.
The Ring of Fire skill on the Lore Master. So
how about Firestarter from Prodigy? Is that on the list?
We might have to add that.
That one will have to be added.
Anyway, then I've got my brawler who likes to punch things in the nose and is very much I'm feeling like I want to take control of situations right now and will punch anybody who stands in my way sort of attitude. I think Amalora is probably she's a hobbit minstrel, and I think she's probably the most emotionally stable character I have. And she's like, yep, we're here. Yep, it'll be fine. Yep, we're here. It's not very silly. She's just very steady. So yeah, those are the main 4. I've got like I have a whole slew of alts to choose from though when the mood strikes.
And her ESO characters also have moods. And
All my
that
characters
was
have moods.
yeah, but that was where
But
I
it's
first
like
noticed
how
it.
I'm feeling when I play them. And some of them have like 2 or 3 moods that they switch between, but most of them have a primary, like, this is the purpose for playing today, is to work out this sort of feeling that I'm having. So
After we get done with this, we have a question from the chat. So Pineleaf, you get to share, and then I have a question specifically for Krister and Pineleaf.
Okay. Then
do your tunes have quirkinesses?
I very rarely create quirkinesses for characters. I mean, so any quirkiness you may notice is probably developed by accident. But the one that I remember the most, though, goes back to the early days of skirmishing. And I had a little blog called Spear and Skirmish. So therefore, the characters within the blog were some of my player characters. And so therefore, there was a relationship that what I had in the blog is that my Winfola Pineleaf was the aunt of the Langeville Pineleaf, and that my burglar was the brother of the Winfola Pine. And so I was creating the blogs that there would be these little storylines going on as intros when I was talking about each of the skirmishes. So I was talking about each of the skirmishes, going through and having the characters in there. So therefore, I had a little bit of quirkiness of the characters. That was mainly in the blog and didn't really rub off all that much into the actual ones in there. But my burglar was called Pine Sap. And so the Landreval Pineleaf would always refer to him as Uncle Sap. So that was it. So those are little quirks in there and how they behaved with each other. As I said, that was mainly within the blog and not within the game. Now I do have this way of having a particular color theme for most of the characters and the like, but I haven't been following that consistently recently as much because I think with the supporter packs, the dying isn't exactly extraordinary in there or anything like that. So I've been going off pattern for some of the newer cosmetics in there and no longer following even my color theme in there. Now, I do have one character. I have maybe slightly tongue-in-cheek names on occasionally, but probably the most strongest joke I had in a name was, I believe it was intended to be a minstrel, so therefore a minstrel. But I know that I was thinking of playing one class for the character, wound up making the character a different class because of what the character could wear on their back. I think I did not. I wanted to make the character a minstrel, but because of the instrument appearing in the back and all this stuff, I didn't think it would look good for what was in there. That I decided not to. I think I wound up making a burglar instead, despite the fact that I would wanted a minstrel for it. But because for that video series, so I guess this was a bit of quirkiness, I wanted the appearance of the back to be in a specific way. And this was before the cosmetic system. This is when Bingo Boffin first came out. And I think the cosmic system existed, but I think you couldn't affect the back or something like that. But there was something strange about the cosmetic system that it would not do what I wanted to do at the time when Bingo Boffin first came out. This was the character I used for it. And the reason why I was interested in it is because it was the ballad of Bingo Boffin, so therefore I wanted a musician theme for the character. So I named the character as like the only recent character I could think of that did not have the Pine name in there. So I named the character Petronella Turner, and anyone who does country dancing will get the joke. And if you've never done country dancing, you're saying, what? Or if your only country dancing you've ever done is American Squares, you might not get it. But just about any other type of country dancer would probably get that joke. And so I put in an obscure joke into the name of one of the characters in there, and I had that character with the character that I took through the Battle of Bingo Boffin, or at least through the first half of it. When I got to Moria, because I think I had to play a burglar for some reason on there, because of the way I wanted the back to look, and I think I came to a point where I hit a roadblock relating to playing the burglar. I don't know what it is, but at that point I had a lot of trouble playing the burglar. And because of that, I wound up having the character within the game retrain as a burglar. And because this was the time where we're with Spalvey, and this is when Spalvey was getting a new name. So because of that, Spalvey then starts calling her by the name of this new character in there. So I wound up finishing it with a hunter, and Spalvey kept on giving, and so she just kept on trying to correct Spalvey, because no, that's not my name. This is my name. She gave up and says, "Okay, fine, I'll take the new name." That's the weirdest thing I did with the character.
So a couple things. Sam watched the whole series of your playthrough.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna try to remember what BOBB was. I know you were just talking about it, but I'm gonna mess up the words. So, and
Ballad of Bingo Boffin, you mean?
Yes. I knew it had to do with bingo, and I was like, it can't be bumbling through Bingo Boffin quest. I was like, that doesn't work.
I didn't know that link to the Spear and Skirmish still existed.
So before we go to the next question, Sam says his original hunter is a playful prankster based partly on Robin Hood. He got invited to the house of a kinship member and jumped on all of her beds as his quirky character.
Oh, you said dressed up like Robin Hood?
Not dressed up like Robin Hood, based on Robin Hood.
Oh, based on Robin. Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. I had flashbacks of Henry VIII or something.
So, okay. Question specifically to Krister and then expanded to Pine Leaf. Krister, would you make playlists for your characters?
Oh, yeah. Songs typically drive a lot of character ideas for me. Yep.
And then he expanded it to you, Pine. Would you make playlists for your characters?
Playlists for my characters? You mean as in music playlists?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm assuming it involved a lot of country, kind of line dancing type of music.
Well, the only tune I ever did was, you remember the tune that I was playing when the handbells first came out, and I was playing the handbells, and I think Christopher was complaining about how loud they were.
Wasn't that Tubular Bells that you were playing? Sorry.
No. That's what they were, the handbells.
Whichever one it was.
Whatever that new instrument was. Anyway, the song I was playing on there was Petronella. So Petronella was the tune I was playing on there. So there was a bit of playing of Petronella back in the day when I was doing the Ballad of Bingo Boffin. But that I have not had my own playlist. Now I've had playlists that were imposed upon me because I was part of a band back when Lily Kate was a band on there. So I have had playlists because of that, but the closest thing I ever had of creating a playlist was occasionally during the Ballad of Being a Buff and playing Petronella.
Nice.
That sounds more reasonable than my dwarf who got stuck with Diggy Diggy Hole like every time I logged him in my head, even if it wasn't actually going.
Right.
Well, okay, so like for ESO with my awesome barbarian orc, his theme song is from the movie soundtrack for Sicario, and it's called The Beast. So I think I actually feel like I've shared that with you guys before. But yeah, I love the music creates the scene in my mind, you know. So, and of course, you know, as awesome as I think they are in my mind, I know that doesn't translate in any way, shape, or form to any other person's perception of them. So.
Okay, so sometimes we just don't tell you how accurate the perception is. Sometimes we just
Well, the thing that I have is I've been doing
your
my
head.
yeah, I was gonna say I ride my ego all over the place, so people do not like to feed it in any way, shape, or form.
That doesn't mean that we don't.
It's like you don't need to tell me I'm good looking. I already know.
Hey.
You know.
Oh no! You're saying your ego inflates faster than Pippin?
I would say so. Yes.
So yeah, definitely.
I mainly do. I'm sure you guys have seen this over the years, though. I mainly do the ego thing so I can put myself up as a target for other people to shoot down.
Okay.
We have a comment. Hang on, I'm trying to figure out what it stands for. Sam, what does GWAR stand for? Or is that an
GWAR?
actual song?
It stands for awesomeness.
Or is that an actual song title that I just don't know?
No, that's a band. GWAR.
Okay. Sam says, my first guess, he would claim GWAR for his orc.
I saw a video of GWAR not trick or treating, singing Christmas carols. It was beautiful. It was perfect.
I now know what I'm going to be looking at.
GWAR is very orky. That would be a very orc thing to do, is GWAR. In fact, when you Cinders, when you look into GWAR, I think you'll agree.
I just searched it, and the first picture. Yep, I agree.
Yeah, you see them, and then you need to experience their music too. So
yes, I just can't do that simultaneous with this, because then it will be on the recording. We won't be able to put it on YouTube, so I can't listen to it now. But I will listen to it probably shortly.
All right. Then we're done with that topic?
I think so at the moment, yeah. All
right. Then let's head into our weekend gaming. Krista, are you done?
Yes.
Then we'll head over to Cinders.
So I did some ESO PvP with the Black Feather Academy and with Krister and with Terry, and it's been so much fun playing ESO and getting to talk to Terry again. I've really enjoyed that. And also at one point it was me with the guys, and my poor horse, because I've not hardly been playing for more than a month now, and just kind of got power leveled up. My horse is still lagging way behind, and so the guys had to break out their duo mount steeds, and so Krister very graciously let me ride along with him, and it was really extra convenient because I was trying to warm my fingers up holding a cup of cocoa, and so I didn't have to do any of the steering. So that was really nice, and he didn't forget me or leave me anywhere. So had a lot of fun. And then I played LOTRO with the guys on Monday night, and we went to the Warg Hobbit holes to do some investigating for different trinkets. And then I re-downloaded and played 3 missions of Helldivers 2 with my son before his friends came online, and he decided that was more interesting than playing games with his mom. So we had a good time though, and he was very helpful with me getting done. And we only killed each other once a piece. So that was a win. I need to get better aim because I just kind of strafed in front of me. And when you're following somebody, you kind of end up strafing them too. So I apologized, and then the next mission he killed me. So I think he killed me twice that mission. No, once. Did you kill me once or twice?
Once.
He says
I
once.
Squished myself and you killed me.
He said once, and then he squished himself. Sans, how was your weekend gaming?
My week was pretty good. I did more questing and swimming in the Shield Isles, and as I was swimming around, I kept thinking of all the pop-ups from the, that was the summer festival, wasn't it? Like, the water is too deep here, this is dangerous. Or, the waves are too strong, this is very dangerous. As I was swimming around. But it was pretty fun. And, I gathered some more cooking ingredients and did some more umbar cooking as well. And was really sad that, like, even though I'm level 151 and I reforged my LIs and I've got good Kieran still that I haven't really outleveled yet, and all the mobs are green, it was taking 3 or 4 arrows to kill them. But then I was running with a brawler who would just throw a mug at them, and the mug would one-shot something, and it would take me 3 or 4 pointy arrows. And I was like, clearly somebody has been swapping out my arrows for those, like, either like the dummy arrows, the blunt points, but they're not doing as much damage as the blunt mug. So maybe they swapped them out for the ones that, like, stick to the windows. And I just, like, trying to hit them multiple times before the mug comes in to finish them off if we've gone in different directions or something. I don't know. But that was kind of annoying. But things were dying, and that was fun. And I do really love what they've done with the new area, and it's fun to see the story in the proper order instead of just skipping around. So that was nice too. And then I had some PvP and trial fun in ESO this week, and would like to note that I was not actually responsible for power leveling anybody in ESO lately. That was thanks to the New Life Festival. So just for the record, I'm innocent this time.
Sort of
Wait a
innocent
second. I
this
thought
time.
she just said you power leveled her. So
No, she said she power leveled. I didn't do it to her.
In particular, it was a general power leveling.
No,
everything was giving double XP. I might have encouraged I might have made her some training gear, but I didn't, like, take her into something and, like, run her in circles like we did with her. Was it your lore master? No, your guardian in Stormlord Methedras.
Yep, it was Emerlina.
Yeah, I didn't do anything like the Methedras power level.
This sounds like Sans. This sounds like something somebody that power levels would say.
All three of you were equal contributors to the power leveling this time. You guys all contributed to running New Life activities with me and making sure that I got through different things and unlocked different quests. So you all are responsible for this.
I'm just saying we did not run you in circles through a dungeon or something like that to level you up.
You did not.
Yeah, she
it was legitimate questing and exploring and earning XP in all the normal ways to earn XP, and it just happened to be a double XP boost for most of the leveling process.
But no matter what, when we refer to it, we'll always say that Sans power leveled her.
Apparently now that's what we will say.
No, I'm blaming all of you, because it wasn't even just Sans and I playing, and actually it was probably more me and Pineleaf playing, so it might really be Pineleaf's
That's what I think, because, it was you two.
Well, I wouldn't call it power leveling.
I don't think it was power leveling, though. I think you were just leveling faster than normal because of the double XP boost.
And, using XP scrolls and...
I didn't pop any XP scrolls on you.
I popped them on me. A suggestion from other members of my
once
group.
or twice. Anyway, I'm just saying that, like, by most power leveling standards, we could have done that a lot faster if we had been intentionally power leveling you.
Yes, we could have, but I was intentionally like, don't do anything like that to me this time.
And we did not.
You did not. You guys were very good about that. Thank you.
You're welcome. And that was pretty much my week, though. How was your week, Penleaf?
All right, I'll begin with my warden, who continue along in the story of the Song of Waves and Wind. So I am in the third area, so about halfway through the third area right now. I guess I'm at the point in the epic storyline where Glorfindel says, "Okay, help these 4 people, then we'll continue along." So I'm along in that part of the storyline at the moment. Now, for the field trip, the merry crew reached the gates of Mordor. My character finished up at Udun, just arriving at Udun before doing anything there. So we're just getting into Mordor and peeking our way into there after a little jewelry accident that we had. Then in ESO, I joined the Black Feather Academy along with the others in there, where we did a few activities in there. I had my first trial, so I've run 3 trials this week, which I never had run a trial before this. So we ran a few trials and starting to get some drops in some good gear to use later on in there. So I'm starting to work on a build in there. My build, though, is a work in progress. It continually a build in progress. In fact, this is the time where I learned about the armory system, where you could save builds so that you go in and out of builds. So I had a lot of trouble wanting to have an actual pure healing build because, but I need to go back and forth to my solo build and stuff like this. But then I said, oh, we've got this thing where you could just interface with this thing and switch between a healing build and your healing build. And, sort of like what you do in LOTRO when you change lines into it. But it's also changes the gear that you're wearing and other things like that on top of swapping out the skills in there. So I was learning about that. So I've been swapping that back and forth. So therefore, if I want to run in a group, I switch to a healing build. Then while soloing stuff like this, then I'm switching to my solo build, seeing maybe come up with a few builds that I could use for various opportunities in there. And I'm starting to get some decent gear to use for various different circumstances. And I also managed to complete the final achievement for Zareth Far. So that means that Zareth Far, I got his perk permanently on there. So that's the second character that I've gotten, because I had Isabel before, now Zareth Far. So I'm now starting to work on finishing things up with Ten Lord. And that is my week in gaming. Any comments or anything like that anyone wants to add before I continue?
Which one do you prefer?
Which one? Which what do I prefer?
Which companion?
Oh, which could be? My favorite right now is Isabel, but I have a feeling that when I start to have a variety on the builds, I may start to have favorites based on what my situation is.
Yeah.
But it's hard to tell, because is Zareth Far or Isabel is sort of like where I am leaning at the moment on the matter.
Yeah, I was kind of neither here nor there, but then I got Ember, and I haven't looked back.
You sound like someone who get along a lot better with Ember than I would.
Yes, yeah, I agree. So that's what's nice about having that range of companions that you have, is that you can find one or a few that fit your vision.
Right. I'm pretty sure I'm keeping my one. I don't know how I feel about adding any of the others. Before we move completely away to titles and the wrapping stuff up, Sam has 2 more comments before we move away from our week in gaming. So when you're done, just throw that out
Okay,
there.
what are the questions?
Not questions. He has a suggestion and a comment. Suggestion: power leveling to power metal with a rock and roll hand. And then he says that he did a lot of leveling of his lowest characters to 15 to get special server related surnames to the characters before transferring them over to the 64-bit servers. So those were the 2 kind of comments.
Okay.
I agree with the heavy metal for power leveling.
Yep, I was like, love. I have some characters I need to get up. And that would work in any game. Freaking power level. So.
All right. This week we did not receive any reviews, but we do love your support. So if you would like to make any comments, you could send us an email at podcast@lotroplayers.com. The Players Alliance has 2 shows on Saturdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We record Lotro Players News and we record DDO Players News when Drac is available. You can join us for our shows at lotroplayers.com/live. And that is all for tonight then. This is Piney Needles reminding you to skirmish responsibly.